Good morning, YouTubers. This morning I'm doing a little hike in Shenandoah National Park that I have a long history with. The Thompson Hollow access to Overall Run and the Tuscarora Trail. But this is a new development. So back in the day, I used to maintain, this is around the year 1999, 2000. I used to maintain, and all the way through the early 2000s, I maintained this section of the Tuscarora Trail below, going towards 340 from up here. But I haven't been here in a long time, and now you can't drive to the end of the road anymore. There's all these no parking signs. So I went way back beyond where the last one was and parked on the side of the road. And you could tell other people had parked there. But man, people are nasty, just nasty. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to park along this road. Not only that, but they posted it with, I'm not even gonna count them. There's probably at least a dozen no parking signs that say no parking between the signs. So basically no parking anywhere. By judging by the time only, I would say that was a good bit less than a mile, maybe only a half mile, 3/4 of a mile to this point where I am, I guess, entering the park, or the official access to the park. Not the park, the access to the park. So it may go on a little ways. It seems like that's the point. That sign was the point where the All Trails map started. So now you're tracking into your 3 mile out and back from the time you go past that sign. Eventually you get to this point where there's a chain across the road and some blazes. So it's abundantly clear they don't like you to park here. Now we are entering the park, and the ATVs are too. But it is 0.8 to the Tuscarora Trail junction and 1 to the Overall Run Trail. I was really starting to get pissed about the ATVs being on here, but now I'm thinking it might be trail maintainers, and they brought a bunch of locust logs up to do some work in here. I think that's what it is. Hope so. Just for your information, maintaining this trail 25 years ago and being a part of several work trips, I never used an ATV, never even thought about asking permission to use an ATV. So I'm not going to knock anyone who wants to maintain a trail, but I think it says something about the way people used to be and the way they are now. Here's the turnoff to the Tuscarora Trail that I maintained for a few years and then handed off to a friend of mine, Brian Bullman. Shout out to Brian. Those were good times. But I haven't done any trail maintenance tuscarora, so I'll go easy on whoever's out here doing it nowadays. I appreciate it. So we're on the Tuscarora Trail now. They call it the Overall Run Trail because that's the name of this drain, and people hike it knowing it as that. But to me and to other long distance hikers, so this is the Tuscarora Trail. Yuck, 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 yuck. I saw some turkeys down there and they laughed. They're like, whatever, dude. You're gonna have to do better than that. The water crossings aren't too bad today. A little buck right there. Me and this little buck, we're really climbing this ridge though. This last little bit up to the overlook gets really steep. I can see why that buck is up here. Look at all these acorns. These are the ones on the trail. There's some hickory nuts too. A lot of ice on there. The sun is not making for very good pictures. There's one nice legal camping site on this climb up to the falls. I'm going down now, but there's one good camping site. You'd have to bring your water in case you're thinking about backpacking this little section. It's a nice campsite. The whole hike I was worried about my car being towed, but when I got back it was still there. Thanks for watching.